Okay, in this lesson, I will discuss with you the past continuous tense, or what we call past progressive tense. Before we talk about the uses of the past progressive tense, let's have a look at the sentence structure. The past progressive tense, if you have a statement or a sentence, if the subject is I or she or he or it, as we see in the first line, they are followed by the helping verb was and then the main verb work plus ing. If the subject is you or we or they or a plural noun, then we need the helping verb were and the main verb like work followed by ing. If you want to negate the sentence, you just need to add not, the negation word not, after the helping verb, like I was not working, she was not working, etc. If you want to make a question, you need to start the question with the helping verb was. Any question in English, if it is a yes-no question, it should start with the helping verb. Here, the helping verb is was. As you see, we just start the question with the helping verb, and then we keep the order of the rest of the words as it is. Was I working? Was she working? If you look at the statement, I was working. So I just move was to the beginning of the sentence to make it a question. You were working, it becomes were you working. When it comes to short answers, for example, was she working? Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And here, when the answer is yes, we cannot do any contraction. If the answer is no, we can say, for example, no, I wasn't. Of course, the full form, no, I was not. We can say, no, I wasn't. With the other pronouns like she, we say, no, she was not, or no, she wasn't, or no, yes, those are the only forms. When it comes to the other pronouns, you or we or they, or a plural noun, we say, for example, were they working? No, they were not, or no, they weren't. Now let's go back to the uses of the present continuous. The past continuous. Let's look at example number C. I sat down at the dinner table at 6 p.m. yesterday. Tom came to my house at 6:10 p.m. So here, the past continuous focuses on an action that was going on at a specific time in the past. To use the past continuous, we need to use a past time adverb like yesterday, and we need to specify the time using the clock time like 6:10 p.m. What was I doing at 6:10 p.m.? I was eating dinner when Tom came. In other words, I could say, yesterday at 6 p.m. I was eating dinner. I was eating dinner. Now, here, as you see, we have two actions in this example. I was eating dinner when Tom came. The first action is I was eating dinner. This is the first action, and it is the longer action. This action started at 6 p.m. and continued up to some time. At 6:10, Tom came back home. He came back home. So, in other words, while I was eating dinner, Tom came. Tom came, this is the second action, and we use the second action in the simple past tense. I can start the sentence with the dependent or the adverb clause and say, when Tom came, comma, I was eating dinner. Let's look at example D. I went to bed at 10. The telephone rang at 11. So it means maybe I went to bed, I fell asleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. So this is the first action. I went to bed at 10. This is the first action. The phone rang at 11. This is the second action. Now, when the phone rang, what was going on? What was going on? What was I doing? I was sleeping. So here I would say I was sleeping. So I was sleeping. This is past continuous. This is action one. It is the longer action. We use it in the past continuous. The telephone rang is the second action that happened while I was sleeping. So here I would say I was sleeping when the telephone rang. Or I can say it as when the telephone rang, I was sleeping. As you see here in example A, when the telephone rang, comma, I was sleeping. Example F, it's with while. I gave you examples. The phone rang while I was sleeping. If you want to do a comparison between example E and example F, notice that we use when with the simple past and the other clause is past continuous. If we use while, we use it with the past continuous and the other clause would be simple past.